My boyfriend's family want to put me on trial to see if I'd be a good wife. My boyfriend Eric, 29 meters, and I, 27 feet, have been dating for 3 years. For context, I have met his family, and they are friendly. We don't meet them very often because they live in my boyfriend's home country. As you may have guessed, my boyfriend and I are of different nationalities, and we both work in my country. The conflict happened during our last visit, last weekend. We have been looking at houses to move in together and engagement rings. While we were having dinner, we mentioned this to his family as it's a big step in our relationship for us. We're not engaged yet, but this is something we'd love to do first. His parents and brothers expressed their happiness for us, then, out of nowhere, his youngest sister-in-law asked, "So is she going to take the test?" So I asked, "What test?" In summary, my boyfriend's family has this tradition where the future mother-in-law tests future daughters-in-law to see if they are good enough for her sons. Apparently, his mother and aunts went through the same test. The tests include how clean they can keep a home, how well they can cook, their manners, etc. Basically, life skills most people learn from childhood. I found it ridiculous because 1. If I'm good enough for my boyfriend, he should be the one deciding it, and 2. I don't fit in their targeted category. In his mom's words, you can't be a good stay-at-home wife and stay-at-home mom if you can't be a good homemaker, and she wants to make sure of that. To be clear, his mom and all 3 of his brothers' wives are stay-at-home moms, and although I respect their choice, I am not quitting my career and did not, under any circumstances, make my boyfriend think I could compromise on that. I hate house chores and would rather buy homemaking gadgets and hire staff, no matter the cost, than have to do chores myself. I told my boyfriend's mom all this, and it caused an argument that eventually ruined dinner and, in extension, our visit. My boyfriend doesn't care whether I'm a working wife or a stay-at-home wife, but he thinks I should have just done the test because it's just a test, and it's not like they would reject me if I failed it. He thinks it's a fun tradition that everyone was looking forward to, and I should have gone along with it anyway. Should I go along with this silly little tradition? Relevant comments. Tell us more about the tradition. I'm not sure if the results mean anything. All I know is that if it's a cooking test, for example, I have to cook a nice meal for the family and receive their approval based on how delicious it is. And trust me, they will be convinced I'm trying to take revenge on them if they ate my food. So, there's that. But now that you mentioned it, his mom cooks like a 5-star chef, and so do his sisters-in-law. Maybe they passed the test? Update. I talked to my family and told them about the test. Yesterday, they called us home for dinner and told him they would let me take his family's test if he let my dad and male cousins put him through a similar test. He blew up about how ridiculous it is because it's a family tradition for his family, but for mine, it's something we came up with at random. He ended up saying it's okay if I don't do the test, but my parents and I were being childish. Mid-argument, he let slip that his youngest sister-in-law didn't want to do the test either, but look at her, the perfect wife. He said a lot of things, but long story short, he is still supportive of whatever I want to do with my life after marriage, but his family will never think the same way. However, I was starting to see a pattern, so I asked to take a break. It was great while it lasted. It's not a fun or cute update, but there you go.